Hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. If you're watching on TikTok, please do share the video. Do share the video. Berlin Jedi says, I greet you too. How are you doing? Welcome on board. Thank you all so much. Now, somebody sent me a letter and said, Daddy Freeze, you're always siding the men, or some UK girl. She said her UK husband used their money, which is mostly hers because she had a better job than she did. He sent all the money to Nigeria, built a house, started a business, only for her to come to visit him on his birthday, to give him a surprise birthday party. He was living with his pregnant wife, who already had one child for him. So all that while he was in the UK with her as her husband, he had already married a wife in Nigeria. Hey! Ojuke say, Albino, long time, happy new year to you. You know, the difference between me and you be say, you go yap me with waiting, no get sense. I look like Albino to you. You know, see as my hair black. Forget the one we done degree. You know, see as my hair black. You see as my mustache black. Eh? For me, Albino no fit pain me because I know be Albino. But you, your papa na mumu wey dey knack goat. As your papa be like this, no goat fit pass your area. Make your papa no one bench am. As a matter of fact, your junior brother and your junior sister no be goat born them. No. You no be goat. Na sheep in give the bench take born you. Olori buruku. Abirun. See as you be. I no blame you. Now the people wey gather on your naming ceremony chop a call, give you name. Now I worry for. So now leave work, gather on top this kind weary. On top this kind olori buruku. Oh, you don't know that you will walk inside the bush and be lost in madness. You don't know that your destiny is a destiny of poverty and craze. Jade no live me, really. Where is he? Ashiri. Okbonu. Please, before I continue, let me remove all the Omoalis here. The rapture. Omo Satani. Please, if you are watching on YouTube, share the video, please. Thank you very much. I love you guys. Please, so they said Daddy Freeze, oh, I've been too wicked to the girls. I never allow the girls. I always side the guys. Blah, 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 blah. Why am I like this? So please, I'm begging you, if you are a girl abroad and you are going through a tough time, please share your story, because they say Daddy Freeze always supporting men. Always supporting men. Why? Because men are the ones that always come and tell their stories. So if you are a woman, because that thing go pay, no. Imagine you they walk, you get husband. For your mind, your husband and you they build house, now they build business for Nigeria. Only for you to come house, see say your husband for the house. Don't marry wife. The wife don't get belly. Chocolate brown beans. Hello. My network has started shaking. No. This network will not shake. By the almighty grace of God. Can we please see your video? Once they don't mention network like this, just know say everything was strong. Hey, network.
My network. No. Once they don't
Not true. The network done the shake. Not to worry. Samsung to the rescue. Oh, send me gifts on TikTok. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. So I'm going to bring the Samsung to the rescue. That's right. Let me turn it on. This thing. Nothing they paid me past this thing. Will just happen. So, hey. Let me forward the topic. Brown chocolatey bean left. No worry, I'll move the network. And hopefully to not shake. Please come to Facebook and come and buy me stars. Okay. Samsung is now on. Samsung is on and ready to work. So guys, I'm going to turn off the video and come back. The glitch is from IG. But usually when I go with my Samsung, it helps. When I go with my Samsung, it helps. Play Store. Let me see if my Samsung, my Instagram needs updating. Okay, that's fine. Open. Okay. All right. So I'm coming back live on IG. Please, if you're listening, oh, Samsung can be frustrating in its own way, man. To copy something is hard work. Copy. Meanwhile, with iPhone, you'll have copied it once. So let's hope. All right. So I'm going to, once I log in on the Samsung, you guys are going to be automatically logged out. So I'm waving now. Bye, guys. It will log you out. All right, we're back now. I hope this is better. Okay, this is so much better. All right, guys, so we're back now. For those of you who missed the story, some lady sent me a story. It says, Daddy Freeze, you're always siding the girls. Sorry, the men. Now, do I know what she went through? Her UK husband used all their resources, got another mortgage on their house, and used it to build a house and a business in Nigeria, only for her to go to Nigeria to pay the husband a surprise visit and she found a pregnant woman who already had one child for him living in the house with him. She said waiting pain her pass be say the woman say she go beat him, and the woman big pass him. So fear can't catch him, she can't run, leave the house because she's smallish in stature. She said, Daddy Freeze, what do I do? What do you do? They don't serve you water, abi woto, abi how did they talk that thing? So, if you're a woman, I know say God don't show you strong thing for the abroad. This now your opportunity to come and talk your story so that you no go be like say now only man that the Freeze they sign, abi they support. If you're watching on TikTok, share the video, share the video, share the video. Somebody say count your losses and move on. It's easy to say. Easier said than done. Somebody say run. That's so easy to run. If now you go run. Olubumi Abike, come and join the live. Oh yeah, women, come and share your story now. You not come. Come and share your life. Abi your story. You will not run now. If now men now, if I say men, come and share your story. See the way men go full here. Tell you waiting their eye don't see. You don't even get data to share story. Our people did this live. Make I remove them. She don't know waiting she they find. If I say men, come and remove your story. Go see us everywhere go full now. One guy don't talk, say good morning, sir. Especially abroad men. Hey, abroad men, they suffer for woman hand. One policeman even can't talk saying go can't report waiting don't see as policeman. Say fear go catch me. Brown chocolatey bean, you don't send me request. I added you the other time. I'm adding you again. If you no come this live, can't talk better thing, I go block you. Can you please put on your light? Hello? Someone said that showman is getting worse. You send me a request. I've accepted you. This one, Destiny Natomumu. You know, see as person no get ahead. Oh yeah. Men, they suffer. For abroad, men, they, for Nigeria, women, they suffer. But for abroad, someone said network is getting bad. Network, okay. While life network do me any strong thing today, I go don't leave and go sleep. I don't get network problem. I don't get network power today. Network they okay now. Hey, true network.
Network is getting bad. Network, okay. While life network do me any strong thing today, I go don't leave and go sleep. I don't get network problem. I don't get network power today.
Oh, the network true, no they got now. Instagram, man. I don't know where to Mark Zuckerberg go put her inside. I don't know who they owe money. Network is struggling. And it was not like this before, so I don't know what happened. And all the other networks are fine. And they're not going to apologize, give anybody. Women, do you want to share your story or should I bring men? Because it is cry that people will be crying now. Fact. Ibiri.
Jehovah Lord, Daddy freeze.
Where are you?
Daddy freeze is freezing. I just they come back from work like this. I don't know, my car don't want to start. All these stupid sensor things.
Where is your car? Let's see your car.
Yeah, they tell me say the key is not key. Hold on, let me use make her bring out the key, use that open up. The remote not the key. Whether I call they worry the car, no know it's in the worry up.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me for that board say key no day inside.
Show us.
Say me key not dictated.
Key not detected.
Are you seeing?
What car is
I
this?
have the key with me.
What car is this?
It's Hyundai.
Hyundai. Show me the key.
See the key.
Yes.
Let me put it on it. I think it has
No.
happened before.
Now show me the key. Okay, is it a push to start car?
It's keyless. Yeah. It's
Okay,
keyless.
there's a spot in that car where you put the key inside and it will start. What brand of Hyundai are you driving?
There's no spot in it.
Don't worry, tell me what's the name of your car?
The key.
What's the name of your car?
Sonata,
Hyundai, what year?
2014.
2014 keyless won't start. We go solve them now, no worry.
Normally, I know you have done this before. So when I
You need to change the battery, but even if the battery is down, there's somewhere where you hold it to start. So you have to go back to the car. You have to go back to the car. We'll help you start it. Don't worry. I just need to. What's going on? Won't start. Keyless 2014 Sonata. There's a place inside that car where you hold the key and it will start. How long have we had this problem starting the vehicle? Do the lights?
No.
What's the message?
Okay.
What message?
Wait, it just start. It's up right now. It's the weather. It affects the.
Yes, I know, but you need to know where that sensor is. You just hold the key there to start.
I don't know. It's not. Okay, just started.
Okay, so
village people they find me today.
Now village people they find you. Listen, Samantha, let me tell you something. All these keyless cars, they have somewhere. You just have to know where it is. You keep the key there, and it will start, whether there is battery inside that key or not. It's somewhere in the cup holder.
They're supposed to have where you have to insert the key sometimes, right?
No, you don't need to insert the key. You just put the key on top of the sensor. Some have it in the cup holder. Some have it in the push to start button. Some have it on the side of the steering. You just have to know where that key is. Now, so you not suffer, change the battery of that.
No, I don't know what that is. Don't worry. This one I don't get disturb of too much. Make it go right, I beg. Then if you let us carry one of your own car.
For Yankee?
Don't carry one of your cars. We'll use this one for now. Till I get it sorted out.
Come carry him. Yeah. Now, as they go walk, tell us. Men don't suffer you before for that America where you did.
Suffer me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I had somebody I was living with, I went through what. In fact, if there's any word you can use to describe suffer, I passed that one. I went through what things and that.
What didn't do you?
But I mean, there's not. Ask what didn't you do to me? He did everything doable. So it's in the past now. Good evening, Daddy Freeze.
Good evening, brother. I'm listening to you, Samaria. Finish your story. I want to know exactly what he did. It's not fair when men do all these kind of things.
He's supposed to be. What didn't he do? I think I've said little about it before. I don't want to be bringing up that thing because it's traumatic. I'm still going through counseling these days. Bringing about it traumatizes me, to be honest with you. I don't like to talk about it because I really went through a lot. I went through a lot that till date I still pass through. I still suffer the emotional, the PS, PTSD still. I think it still affects me till date. And all this That's why I usually tell people, when people tell you love, most love end up being abusive. Obsession is a bad thing. Obsession is a very terrible thing. You know, obsession leads to abuse, whether anybody likes it or not. And should any man come around me and show any sign of obsession, any slightest sign of obsession, now I decrease, I run. Initially, I used to mistake it as love, but it's not love. It's dangerous because it would lead to abuse.
What are some of the things he did to you?
And if you had the ring,
But if you do know what it means to swear on your innocence every day, you carry back with it, swear every day, you swear on your innocence. I mean, how possible is it that somebody is with you, somebody doesn't go to work, the person is not working, the person can't even take a walk in the complex. You know how you live in an apartment, you can't even go downstairs and take a walk without him around. Without him, you know, you can't even, I mean, like, even in, you understand, even when you go to a store, do you believe that as grown as I am, that a man would lock me up in a car when I go to a store with him because he doesn't want people to see me? Insecurity. You go to a park, you know how you go to a park with your family? You go to a park just because the store, it looks like Africans are playing ball there. You just make a U-turn. You get to a store, I was supposed to go to a pawn store and sell my jewelry. He had to go in there to go and supervise the place. And then when he came out, he told me, okay, you cannot go in. And just because, as I was trying to drop the baby and get off the car, one guy, you know, came by and parked his truck. I didn't see the guy, but as soon as I, you know, as soon as he was like, you know what, let's go to T-Mobile office, we'll come back later. That was when I turned and saw that somebody had just driven into the center. And it was because of that guy who made a turn. He goes to African store, I will be in the car, or you go and make sure the place, the moment you see Nigerians in there, especially Nigerians, they have so much inferiority complex when it comes to Nigerians. The moment you see Nigerians there, or any Nigerian, in fact, the male gender, let's go another place. That's if I ever go with him. I don't even go with him. You know, a lot of insecurity issues. That somebody will wait for you on the staircase and you walk past, and then you say thank you to the person. It's now like, oh, you're not having an affair with the person. Why must you exchange, you know, greetings with the person? You know, all this unnecessary insecurity rubbish thing. You will even go as far as sometimes you will even disconnect the internet in the house just to make sure, or because you're thinking I'm going to get on the phone while you are out of the house. A lot of insecurity.
Samaria, you go through a lot too.
You try to go with me now. Next thing you be like, the picture you shared on social media. Because he was even coming to social media to go and fight my Facebook friends. He will go to comment section and he will write yes. You go and tell them, oh, why you people liking, why you people commenting on my wife's this thing? You people should give her a lot for me.
How did you escape?
This one is a tip of an iceberg now.
Was he physical with you? Did it ever get physical?
I've been through everything. I've been through everything. I've been through everything, I really have been through everything. How about cousins? Not see where man they talk, where man they run mouth like women. Even women don't run mouth like that. You know, a lot of insecurity. How can you be telling a woman every day to come and be naked and swear her innocence before you do something for her? You will not let her do anything. At the same time, you're so insecure. You will still humiliate her before your friends and before people.
Wow.
You know? Oh, please. Our men too, they do here. I'm not going to lie to you. And what would the person do? Because you want peace. Because you just want to be a submissive woman. Because you don't want people to think it's your fault. You know, the thing is, most of us that look like we are too, you know, most of us that look like we are the, how do I put it? The ones that talk, you know, those of us that, you know, like talk, that express ourselves. They seem to understand that we may not really be like that in physical. Most people be like, oh, you don't look like you're ever going to be submissive. But that's not true. I was submissive at the time when I was living with a man because I knew if anything had gone wrong, I was going to get beat. So for that reason, I was submissive.
But let me ask you a question. Was he ever physical with you, as in Shane?
He was everything. He was somebody who slapped me when I was pregnant. He was everything. He was everything. He was everything. I didn't have peace of mind. Right from the hospital, right from when I gave birth, So I can imagine what would make a woman say a thing like that. I don't like to go into all this because it gets me upset with myself. It annoys me that I could allow myself to be subject to such, kind of, maltreatment. It was too much.
That is true. Please, can I ask Samaria a question?
Go ahead, brother.
Okay, good evening, everybody. So, and all friends and family. So, Samaria, now, if you see another guy, what will you be looking out for in that man now, with all these things you've been through?
Okay, I'll give you a little story. I met this guy 2 years ago. And
After this one you were telling us before.
Yes, so I met this guy. That was last year. And he was he came to where I was with my friends. So when he came to where I was with my friends, I gave him the African food we had because my friends and I we went to a resort that Christmas time, and he's like to go out and turn my Apple Watch. He walked me to the store. He followed me to the store, and when it was time for when we came back, I expected him to leave. Sorry, I just came in. He didn't want to leave. So I saw that he was too comfortable staying around. I mean, my friends were already by the poolside. The kids were already playing because it was a family vacation we took. He didn't want to leave. So eventually he left. You know how you don't know how to tell somebody to leave. So he left. And the only thing I said is, this one we don't come find, we never go back. When you and I never do anything. If me and you begin to, people usually get upset with me. That means you'll be in trouble. That means I'll be in trouble. So that was a red flag to me, right? So he's asking me, he's requesting to know where I live and stuff like that. I wouldn't let him in the house. I had a little girl. I have a child. I mean, my face is my house is my wherever it is that I stay is my secret place. I have to keep my very cool. So I just said to myself, in as much as you wouldn't go when you first said where I was, that means if you get to know where I live, you'll be coming to my house every day. But the cut story short. So what happened was, one day I made a video. Normally I take pictures in my house, so I shared one of the pictures, and then he saw it online, and he wrote me a message and said, "Oh, I thought you said nobody visits you. How come there's a picture of you in your house?" I said yes. He was my neighbor, my friend that took me the pictures. He said, I said yes. So after like 2 hours, he came again, and then he wrote me a message. He said, "You know what? I've been thinking. This is somebody that we're just talking. We're just on the talking thing." He said, you know what? I've been finding it difficult to believe that it was a lady that took you that picture. I said, "Oh, really? Okay, believe whatever you want." And then I went straight and blocked him. So you see how that thing can affect me. Now, I'm like, this one is already having issue believing what I say. You're already having issue with little things like this. So it means this is how it starts. Because I used to, when I met my ex that did what he did to me, I was gonna meet with this lady, and there was this lady I met and her. We're gonna hang out, just no girl thing. And he insisted he was gonna go out with her. He told me if I have to go out with that lady, then he has to be best. So he would want to get involved in everything I do. I wasn't even allowed to have female friends. If I have to have any female friends, you must be in the middle. And he would take me wherever I needed to go. And I mistook all those things to be love.
Sometimes it is love. Because let me explain something to you. All that female friends coming to take women out. I see them with my ex. And I know the kind of suffer that thing they bring. I see them for my mama. I see them for my ex. Because I was a kid back then, and I used to hear the way. Are you listening, Samaria?
Yes, sir.
I used to hear the way my mom's friends used to advise her. You understand? And now, from when I small, now I don't realize, say, friend. One of the reasons why I like Taste Buds is she know they carry friend up and down. one of the reasons. A lot of guys also feel insecure with their wives or their girlfriends' friends. And I don't blame them. We need to be very honest. I don't believe in a man.
I mean, when we're just meeting, I didn't say when
No. When you are meeting, you get to understand them. But once you start dating seriously, you need to start putting your foot down and setting borders. Friends can be very, very dangerous. Friends sometimes feel that as your husband don't enter or your boyfriend don't enter, he must be loyal to them or he must pay homage to them. You understand? With my ex, I used to be a little bit more lenient back then. I was saying, it doesn't really matter. It's nothing serious. By the time my eye open, I know they won't hear anything. Where are you taking my wife to? You understand what I'm saying? Where are you taking my wife to? Where are you going with my wife? And I also, if I have any friends, I always make sure I bring my wife there. So if I have friends, if you invite me, I'll just know that I'm coming with my wife. And if you invite my wife, just know that I'm coming. If it's not convenient for the two of us, we are not going. Sometimes it's annoying. But if your eye don't see waiting me, I don't see inside friend.
But this one is different.
No, I understand where you are coming from. This guy is clearly toxic. I don't have a problem with, let me give you an example. I don't have a problem with my wife working with boys. All her staff are men. Because
Yeah, you said it before.
initially I was like, no, get women. Why do you I nearly run mad for like the first 2 months where she hire a woman. Woman will go deliver something. On her way back, she go put makeup, man go toast them. She will take her time. When we nearly run mad, I just noticed that gradually she transitioned from women to men. So before you knew it, all her 98% of her staff, suppliers, I think maybe 10% are women. For this food business, you want to do food business, then you will cook for men. You understand?
Apparently, that is what floats our boat.
Do you understand? You will cook for men, whether you like it or not. Nevada Bridge TV. I met him through Tastebuds. He was trying to reach me forever. He couldn't get in touch with me. He reached out to Tastebuds. Tastebuds catered to one of his events, and then through him, I met her. Or through her, I met him. So at the end of the day, yes. And then your wife is also going to have some friends. Your wife's also going to have some friends that are wholesome.
I have somebody blocking me up from my family.
No, that's not.
When it gets to an extent, somebody will have to block you up from your family.
Now, you also have to understand that, hold on. You also have to understand that there's also toxic family.
No, not my family, very free.
I am very lucky. I don't have toxic.
Let me illustrate. Let me give you an example of something, right? I don't know. You crazy talk about these things of mine. Let me just little about it. So one time, I was preparing my morning around 3 a.m. and my family chat was, messages normally. I'm the last child. I lost my mom when I was 7 years old. I have 5 sisters. They're all married with kids. My immediate gave me 5 years. And they're all married. So I have my these are like my big sisters. Right. Okay. So when I was making that, my sister saw me online and she was like, "Woman, you don't just sleep." I said I was cooking. I said I was making my mind so that I got to see some window, you go work in the morning. She was like, Don't they do this one for marriage? Because any day when you stop after wahala to start. Not like for my don't they do this one for so you go, something like that nature, right? So I'm like, well, at the moment I'm not working and I'm in the house and I'm not. So I have time to do this now. So that was it. So I would packet his food in the morning when I wake up. I would packet his food, put everything, put snacks, put whatever, paper towel, food and everything in the bag, and he would go with it to work. So I was doing that. So I realized that my pregnancy progressed. I started waking up, like I would stay up at night and then I would start sleeping in the morning. Don't forget I wasn't working. So what I would do is I would just bring out the bag, keep the bag on the table, put the water, the fruit, whatever I need, then put the food itself in the fridge. I mean, I have to start putting it at night. I don't have to wake up and do it in the morning anymore because I may be asleep. So one morning he woke up, he was just throwing tantrum like a baby, lamenting from one place, making noise, He left. So when he left that morning, he called me on the phone. I didn't pick because I was praying. So I rang him back. He said, "Did I see the message you sent me?" I said, "The message." I said, but I saw the message. He said, "Oh, what he's trying to tell me is whenever I'm putting food for him in the morning, whenever I'm putting food for him at night, I should put everything in a bag before putting it in the fridge. That in the morning it takes him time to just bring out the food and put it in a bag and leave." I'm like, who? But when you wake up in the morning, which I see, you press your phone for like how many minutes, 10, 15, 20 minutes before you jump down from the bed to go get ready for work. He said, because if he jump down from the bed like that, he's going to have some kind of business, he may faint. I said, okay, I've heard you. That was what I said. Okay, and so when I was talking with my sister, a few days, we're just talking generally, I was trying to, a few things that were happening in the marriage. She said, but she told me that there are things, the hand you are going is not the way, because if you stop it, it's going to be a problem. You shouldn't be doing all most of these things, you agree to everything. That was her. Then I have another sister, that's my sister, one of them in the UK. I have another one in Canada, and she's a vicar's wife, like she's a pastor, like stuff like that, like all this pastor thing. So when I was talking to her, that one is so blunt. She was like, "So what is the big deal there? If you say put it in a bag and put it in the fridge, so he will just bring it out and go. Do it like that. However, whatever he says, don't you know how they prepare children's lunch box? Do it like that. That was what my big sister said. So what am I trying to say? Most things that would happen, I wasn't just speaking advice. I'm the only one here. I don't have any family in America. I don't have any family in the whole of America, just me. So, to them, and being the last child, baby of the house, no sister would want you to leave your marriage. So they did everything they could do to make sure that it worked. So they would even sign you for people to rent.
Hold on. I have to chip in here. To be very, very, very honest with you, no man likes it when their relationship is discussed with family, whether good or bad. Don't talk about me to your family. If you talk about me to your family, you create insecurity.
That's right, that is free. So that is free. Don't also forget that this principle is not applicable to everything. Already, I was already beginning to see shaking. Why with this person?
Okay.
So, and for somebody who was pregnant, who had a lot of emotions going up and down, who didn't have any friends to talk to, who would I have spoken to? My family was the only source, the only place, and they knew the condition I was in. And if there's anything, they will have to make sure that it works. As the last child, they grew me. And the baby of the house, whose mom passed away at 7 years, they were the mother I had. So they had to put me in the right spot. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I love the way you describe your family. The way you describe them it shows that they look out for you. But why would you think your friend will want to block you from them?
Which friend? Oh, my friend would want to block me. That's it. Because for the same person who didn't want me talking to my family, who called the whole world, called his exes before me, to talk about every slightest thing that happens in the same family. The same person was the same person that I knelt down and pleaded with, "Can you please stop?" And funny enough, it's not like it's behind, it's right before me. And then I would plead with you, "Can you please stop involving people?" That was even before I started involving my family. "Can you please stop involving people in our matter?" And then he told me, "Oh, then I have to stay away from my family for him to do that." So, and to tell you that even though those he would cut my family out. When he's in a good mood and any of them is on the phone, he will just start laughing and start calling that one. Oh, is that our sister? Is our sister there? And they will still laugh back at him and act like it never happened. You know?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, in America, you see, as a man, you need to stand on your 2 feet and balance. Because if you don't do that, see, the women here, they are very, very clever. They are very, very clever. And if you don't stand on your feet financially, physically, mentally, and spiritually, you will be a man complaining about everything that a woman is doing to you. America is a very competitive place. That is the way the beauty is. In America, you see a woman driving a truck, a man is driving a truck.
That's right.
You see a woman paying house rent, you see a woman paying house rent, a man is paying house rent. So you need to meet up with expectations as a man. If you don't do that, you will be swept off your feet in America.
Well, hold on a second. If the man is not, why would somebody? I mean, I don't really believe that everything must come from the man. If I'm doing better than you, or if I'm getting paid more than you do, that doesn't change anything in the family. It doesn't change the way I feel about you. It doesn't change the respect or whatever will happen to you. It doesn't change.
Everybody doesn't see like that, my dear. In America.
I'm agreeing with you. This is me, for real. It doesn't change anything. The only thing that will change something is when there is respect. When disrespect, because in as much as a man requires respect, a woman needs to be respected as well. This is where our men get it wrong. Our men feel that they are the only ones that deserve to be respected. But we all deserve to be respected as well. You asked me a question that all the things that I've experienced, that what are the impacts in my today's life? The impact in my today's life is that my peace of mind is my priority. There's anything I crave so much for now is my peace of mind. Any sign of stopping stress, also, I'm running. I don't have time to express to start defending myself or trying to convince you. If I said that to you, if you have a lot of insecurity issues in your life, you go deal with it. If you are coming from, because let me be honest with you, you see all these heartbreaks that we went through or we've been going through as individuals. You see all these relationships break up left and right. They date this person, they date that person. The effect of it comes when you stay married. When you get married, that's when you see all these things start playing roles in your life. All those heartbreaks, all those experiences you think you have, all those you know how to discover when somebody's cheating and when somebody's not cheating.
Samaria, you know, marriage is one last thing that will come in between a man and a woman in America, because you see, if you don't take your time to study both parties, at the end of the day, if you rush in, you're gonna rush out.
Rush out, exactly. But you know, it's not all about studying as well, because you can.
There are categories of women in America, and men are always looking out for the one that they can fit in with. You understand? So, so this is where the problem comes from. So if you don't match with that category of the woman that you are looking for, there is always going to be a problem.
That's true. But not just matching, because it's always difficult to be perfect. If you don't have that tolerance level, there is limits to everything. At least you should be able to collect a percentage. Where you keep your broom is not where the next person will keep that broom. It's not possible. There will always be differences. People that are related by blood have issues. Talk more of strangers, total strangers. If you're able to, tolerate those, certain things that are tolerable. I'm not saying you should go with your baggage or with all those, go with your bad behavior and expect a man to tolerate you and say, this is my personality. This is my personality. This is my sign. All these excuses we give. There's nothing like that. Put behind things you have to put behind. If you're able to tolerate 60%, that's fine. If you're able to, make do and try. In fact, try your own and train them the way you want. When you find us, train her the way you want. Train him the way you want. Be patient in the training, because these behaviors were not learned in a day. It took years to accumulate. So it will also take some time to get rid of.
If
you know what the question, please.
Now, I need to talk to you a little bit, Samaria, about all what you've been through. And you need to understand that sometimes men are suspicious for a reason. Some have probably seen their mothers cheat. Some have been in relationships where they've been cheated on. If you've ever been cheated on in a relationship, you can go crazy on the next relationship. Before I even start giving advice, please come and buy my stars. Oh, come to Facebook and come and buy stars. Oh, only one person, Nkechi Brown, is the only person that has bought stars for me. Inside all of you, 600 people watching on TikTok alone. How do you buy stars? Go to Facebook. Search for this account, Daddy Freeze, DADDYFREEZE. Okay? Click, go there, scroll down to today's video, and you will see how to buy stars. So all of you, stingios, come and buy stars now. Don't be stingy. Make I even hail you small. So you see, Samaria, you need to understand that there were character traits I had with my ex that I don't have with my current. And there are character traits I have with my current that I didn't have with my ex. What am I trying to say is every relationship leaves a mark on you. Especially if the relationship was especially toxic. With my ex will tell you that I used to fight her friends. But he said it's not true. I didn't start fighting her friends until late in the relationship. Let me give you an example. It's 11 o'clock, my ex is not in the house yet. And I go outside and her friend's Jeep brings her home. I'm going to have issues with that friend. I'm going to have issues with that friend. Why is your car bringing... Do you understand? Why is your car bringing my wife home at 11 o'clock? It's not 7 o'clock. It's not 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. Do you understand what I'm telling you? I'm going to have issues with a friend. And I actually confronted the friend once and we got into a serious fight. That's my ex and I. So you need to understand that when a man is coming from somewhere like that, he's going to be wary. I'm not just going to sit down and trust your friends. Now, you also need to understand that friends have this unwholesome bond. Some men can take it, some men cannot. Me, for instance, I cannot function in an abroad society. Why? I didn't go to school. If I'd been, maybe I did my undergraduate there, I probably would understand that, okay, this is how these people think. I only used to go abroad for 2 weeks max. I've never been abroad for more than 2 weeks before in my life. You understand? 2 weeks, 5 days, 10 days, max. So I don't understand how they live there. And there's a lot of women liberation. There's a lot of what they will tell you is toxicity. It's actually a man trying to protect his home or trying to protect his relationship. You understand? They want women to be free, to be able to have control. I understand, but you see, where do you push the borders of control or freedom? Because you can't be in my house and be coming home at midnight and you are telling me it's normal. I will fight you. I will fight you. Why are you coming to my house at midnight? Do you understand? I've always said it. I don't like girls' night out. You can't come and carry my wife and say you are doing girls' night out. I don't take it. I will fight you. What is girls' night out? You want to hang out? Come and hang out in the house. Because I've also seen growing up, my mother taking the kids out innocently to a kid's place, and then all her friends are sitting down and they are bad-mouthing their husbands and giving each other advice on how to be more toxic than you already are. I saw it happen as a child. I can mention names of my mother's friends.
The people who give you type of advice, they collect those things they will tell you not to collect.
Thank you. You know, there was one particular woman. Hold on. There was one particular woman who was my mother's friend growing up. I'm not saying my dad was a great husband, though. No, my dad had his flaws. But you see, my mother's friend helped exaggerate things. You understand? And then when they finally now, she's also divorced now. So you need to be very careful when you are going into a marriage. You need to be very careful with who you are getting married to.
So that this is my question, sir. How do you tell a matured woman the relationship between her and a friend? How do you tell somebody who is mature, maybe a friend you know from childhood or halfway of your life? How do you tell a woman how she's going to relate with her friend? Does that mean a man does not trust a wife's judgment?
You see, let me tell you something. I don't trust my own judgment, so I stay away from bad influences. I don't trust my own judgment. I'm a human being. I can be influenced. Why do you think being an influencer is a job on social media? Do you understand? It's like driving past a Coke billboard. You get thirsty. Imagine driving on the express. You've been driving for like an hour. Then you see a Coke billboard. It just registers in your mind unconsciously. Ah, wow, it would have been nice for me to take this Coke. That is how advertising works, by influencing you. So even at my age, I can still be influenced. So I have to be careful with the kind of company I keep. I have to be careful with the kind of things I allow myself to hear. You understand? There are some types of friends I don't like for my wife. Tojuboleka friends. Those friends that want to come and if she has a friend that gossips about somebody else, I have a problem with it, because that's how they will gossip about you to the next person. I don't like neighborhood friends, as in we are in an estate, then you have a friend that is close to you that is too close. They go carry your matter, go where you don't want to make your matter rich. And when I stay in an estate, I gist with the people here and there, but I always try to maintain boundaries and borders. I'm very good at setting up boundaries and setting up borders. Now, we also have the possessive friends. The friends that will be dropping lines like, we've not really been seeing this our friend since you came into our life. If you're my wife's friend and you say that, I'm going to keep my wife away from you. That's toxic.
Honestly.
That is toxic. What is are you married to her? Even family members, once they start saying, we're not seeing her because of you, just know that it's either they were exploiting her before. You understand? Either they were exploiting her before, and then you came in, so she doesn't have that much money to be given to them or that much time, because some family members can be toxic.
So what about if they are doing that to Jubole through telecommunication? How would you know? How do you cut that?
First of all, one of the reasons why I trust my own woman is when it comes to conversation, and the trust did not come automatically. It took a lot of time. I've seen her communications with people. She never puts me down. As a matter of fact, sometimes I'm the one that complains. I've never seen her complain to her friends or family about me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Sorry, it's Instagram that is messing up. I've never seen my woman complain to her friends about me. She never does. She doesn't like that kind of, why is he like this? No. And as much as possible, she has a very supportive family. I'm lucky. That one I luck. You can marry a beautiful, wonderful woman that has a terrible family. And you can marry a bad horrible woman that has a great family. You understand? So your wife's family, especially for men, now luck. You cannot determine it. And I believe it should be a deal breaker. You get the level of toxicity a family would have, it will be a deal breaker. Luckily for me, with most parts of my wife's family, I'm lucky. You understand? The most important person is the mother-in-law, father-in-law. Her father is late now, but her mother is alive and healthy, and we have a very healthy relationship. I'm a stubborn child, just as I am with my parents. That's how I am with other people's parents too. I know they hear word, but she tolerates me. She hears me out. She listens to me. She asks for advice. That's my mother-in-law. So I have a lot of respect for her. If she needs anything, I'm one of the first people to say, okay, she sometimes sends to me before she even sends to her daughter that, I need this, so how are we going to sort this? And she has a good head. You know, some people, you give them their money, forget all these things. I know it sounds superstitious and all, but you get people where I know they give my money, she I no go give you. Because if I give you my money, I go just notice I no go get. I'm sorry, but you know, but my mother-in-law, on the other hand, if you give her money, she has a good head. You know, some people, if I give you my money first time, I give my money second time, I go or look you. If I just notice that period things won't dry, I go run from you.
Yeah, but it's a spirit thing. Let it be that right.
You understand? I hate to be supernatural about it, but sometimes there can be some small spirit here and there involved with money. And sometimes you give some people money, you will experience drought. So those kind of people, it's not like I will not give them, but I will not give them willingly, because I feel look and say, this money where I won't give you, I go drink Gary on top of them now, JJ where I sit down before everything they work for my life. So my mother-in-law, on the other hand, if you give her, you just notice that things are just working out. I've actually dated a girl like that before, when I was younger. Her name was Sandra Oyinye, Igbo girl, Winch. If she asks you for phone and you buy her the phone, if she asks you for phone and you give her phone, just know that that money of that phone will come in that week. If you give her, for instance, if she asks you for a phone of say 100K and you spend 100K, you will make like 105K. Some unexpected way. She had some marine spirit thing that was going on. Trust me, this one gets spirit. Me, I know. The first time I see him, I tell her, say, you get spirit. She run. She no talk to me for like 1 month. Then after that, she finally started picking my call. She now told me that, how did I know she had spirit? I said, I don't see her for your body. Forget, we said get small spiritual. And I dated her. The fact that she had, hold on. The fact that she had spiritual issues was not why I broke up with her. I dated her for a long time and I liked her. She had a bad attitude. That was my problem with her. She had a bad attitude. You understand? And I can't do bad attitudes. She had a bad attitude. She was immature. Oh, she was extremely beautiful. So a lot of guys, she had a lot of male attention. You understand? But she was also very ill-mannered. I couldn't deal with the manners. As in she talks anyhow, behaves anyhow. I couldn't just deal. One day I just woke up and broke up with her. So what am I trying to say to you is, sometimes, even at the initial stage of my relationship, when my wife and her mother are talking, I would like to be listening to hear what they are talking about. When you now are over a period, maybe 1 year, 2 years, you now see that, oh, these people have your interest at heart. Do you understand? Sometimes my wife will even give me her phone and say, listen to what mommy is saying here. I'll just say, please tell me what she said. Break it down for me. Now, sometimes you have insecurity issues in a relationship. And here's what I tell people: unless you are not willing to invest in a relationship. I've been in a relationship where I don't have insecurity because my mind know the relationship. Do you understand? If you like, get 5 boyfriends. Me, I'm here to hit it. That's all I'm in the relationship for. Just bring the pull. That's all.
What you said this morning, Daddy Freeze, I'm not going to take it for granted because you said anybody can be influenced. 100% I agree with you. And you said your own judgment, you don't trust it. You see why I asked you that question, that how are we going to deal with this when it comes to true phone conversation? And you brought out the point that you've always noticed your wife will never talk bad about you on the phone to anybody, and that gives you confidence. And that confidence was not built in a day.
It wasn't built in a day.
Now, something happened. Why I asked you that question? His brother shared a story with us, and this African American woman has married an African guy from Sierra Leone before. So got his green card through this woman, was going home, and anytime we went home, we spent like 6 months. He don't go marry another woman here. Long story short, the cousin broke the news to this African American woman that this your guy don't get 2 children for home. Why married to you? So, long story short, they divorced. After 9 years of being divorced, this African American woman made another attempt to marry an African man. In the course of doing that, this African brother that shared the story did not know that he was on a trial. And this is where a friend comes in. They have a very big wedding. They spent over $16,000 to that wedding. And at the end of the day, do you know that under 4 months, the mother of this woman died, and they had the burial on Zoom. So, do you know this woman started noticing that guy, and he said to this African American woman that this husband, I am not convinced that he truly loves you. And that was where this woman started paying attention to that guy. Long story short, do you know that this woman from Florida was the one that scattered their marriage?
Because she chose to allow them to scatter it.
So that is why I asked that question. They talk on phone. They do, according to that brother, according to his explanation, he said he manipulated my wife through the phone. And he came to spend just 2 days in their house. He spent just 2 days in their house. And he continue to nail the man.
And that was her father, right? Because you're a bit. That was her father, Abi.
No,
not the father.
A wife's friend.
A wife's friend.
Yes.
That is a male.
A female.
No, a female.
A childhood female friend.
I'm also lucky. My wife has childhood female friends that are great. She has some of them that are not. I think it's only one of the. You see, my wife's friends are the kind of people that they have their own lives. They are busy. They don't have time to put their mouth in your matter. Even if you invite them, they don't really have that much time.
Exactly the point.
But there's always going to be that one or two. But to be very honest with you, I don't see as I'll have to be very wicked to my wife for her friend to sit down with her and influence her like on that level. Because there's a limit to which you two will be wicked. That your wife will have no choice but to go and talk to somebody, and when they talk to that person, they'll be influenced.
That's
So
right.
you two in your own life, you have to, as a human being, you also have to be caring.
That if he's a wise man, you are a wise man. Sorry, I'm cutting you short, but you are you
No.
see, this is the way you train your children. You make them your best friend. You communicate everything communicable with them. You don't withhold any information from them. You see, this is the same mistake most men make. If you don't make your wife, if you don't make your husband your best friend, a stranger will make them their best friend.
Straight.
And that's number one. The influencing starts there. Secondly, when you're befriending people, try and befriend people who are happy people. You can't be friends with people who are not happy, who are bitter.
Now, if you are in a relationship, help guide your spouse towards people who have like goals. You understand? One thing my wife will know is I don't like pushy people. Once I see somebody come to my house, oh, I want us to be doing this, I want us to be doing, I go run. I like people who understand that this is the flow of my life and they plug in. Not to people that this is the flow of your life. No, you need to do it like this. You are out of my life. I don't, you understand? And if they are my wife, luckily for me, my wife also does not like those kind of people too much. Now, I have to be careful the kind of friends I keep. Someone like Obi Kubana, that everybody knows that he's always carrying his wife on his head. He's very busy with his business. If I tell my wife, Obi is in town, I want to go and say hello to him, I want to go and see him, my wife will not complain. But you get the kind of friend where I go tell her and say, I want to go see. She go raise her eye. How responsible is your friend? What are her values? Then you also need to be careful, because I, for instance, as a quote and unquote religious leader who has views that are different from the typical, people would try to get to my wife and say, why are you marrying this antichrist? Why are you following this antichrist? So your wife has to be assertive enough to let her friends know that don't talk about him like that. That's not your business. Once they see that there is that weakness, imagine my wife too says, me too, I'm tired, though. It's just because of marriage. I said, all these things that he says, I don't believe in them. You understand? The friends now use that to plug in. So you need to understand that a marriage is like a boxing match where your opponent only hits your weak spots. Once your opponent don't hit one spot, you don't show say he pain you, they're going to target that spot. So once they notice weakness in your marriage, it might be in your religion, it might be in your sex life, it might be with your children, they will start hitting that place. Once it opens up, they are going in, and they go in faster and harder than you can imagine.
That's true.
So first things first is when I teach people marriage, the two of you are one. You understand? It's difficult to be one with yourself. Sometimes you get, just imagine you get 1 million naira, you want to buy phone and you want to pay for land. Only you get the money. You are not arguing with anybody, you're arguing with yourself. Should I buy the phone? No, I should buy the land. No, I should buy. You can be on this thing for 1 week. That's you dealing with yourself. Now imagine dealing with a totally different entity. So, first of all, it's already difficult dealing with a woman, or a woman dealing with a man. So you have to try to bring them on board to the point where they feel relaxed with you. Opinions are going to be different. People are going to disagree. When they disagree, I was watching Blessing CEO earlier on today. She said it is very normal for healthy relationships to have disagreements. It does not mean you are not compatible. Nobody, you cannot be compatible with your parents. As a matter of fact, if my parents, if we were to pass compatibility test, I don't think me and my parents will pass, because I know they understand waiting that they reason 90% of the time. And though that's my parents. So you have to learn how to deal with this person, form a bond. It's very tough. Form a bond. Sacrifice, and you will be sacrificed for. You want to be in a relationship with your wife. You don't want your wife to have friends, but you go out to watch football every evening. It can never work. It can never work. If you don't like the kind of friends your wife has, be ready to sacrifice your own too. If you don't like girls' night out, be ready to sacrifice boys' night out. Because me, I don't like girls' night out. I just stopped going out with my boys. Anytime I want to go out, I carry my wife, I carry the children, and we go out. I found these days that I do more family outings than even wife outing. Because once I want, hey, let me and you go somewhere, before you know, they don't drag children inside. Okay, let's all go, no problem. Sometimes I want to take the children out. You understand? Start working around those things. Because you cannot leave a woman at home to watch television while you are in the strip club. And then she now wants to go to the normal club 2 days later and say, no, it doesn't work like that. If you don't want her to go, you two are going to, you lead by example. You are not going to go.
Exactly.
In my house, I don't club. Simply because I'm not comfortable with my wife. I don't like the image. I don't like the look. I don't like it. It annoys me. But if me and my wife want to go clubbing, we get up and we go together. We have a car. We have nice cars, as a matter of fact. We drive to the club, have fun, come back home. I don't see anything wrong with it. Some men will go clubbing and not take their wives and have fun and drink and party, then come home and then tell their wives that the wives cannot go.
We have to have help.
That is totally wrong. You understand? Then bond with your wife or your husband. Set goals every evening. Let me give you an example. I'm a beer parlor guy. I'm a cheap guy. When it comes, my watch will be expensive, my car will be expensive, but I drink Budweiser and Heineken. All this champagne. It's not like I cannot drink it, but I don't think I've used my money to buy champagne before. And if I use my money to buy champagne, it's always cheap champagne because I have no value for it. I am a beer parlor boy. Do you understand? From Romania, where pastor they come bless the beer for the year. Then they call pastor to come bless the beer. By the time they finish cooking the drink, where they go drink that year, pastor will come bless them. Now so in both people be. Because for Bible, Christ drink alcohol. So Europeans, even British people, they know they joke with their beer. Beer now like water. There was a time when beer was not considered alcohol in Germany. Children could drink beer. I Google it now. So me,
I remember that time when Sergeant Brown from Nigeria.
As a child, as a young man, I used to go to beer parlor a lot. Give me one one shine bubble. I loved it. Nkwobi, somebody say Nkwobi. As you sit down like this, they give you the Nkwobi. The Nkwobi must go with like 3 bottles, so that by the time you are done.
Beer.
Yes. Now, because
before you reach there, you don't put the Nkwobi
down. You understand? And in my former marriage, because my ex had her own life by herself, and me, I had my own life by myself. As I come from work, I go first stop for that beer parlor, drink 2 beer, 1 issue. Do you understand? But you see, realizing my current relationship, that I can't leave my wife at home and go and be drinking beer. So what did I do? I brought the beer to the house. As I'm older now, I have to watch my cholesterol level, so I can't eat Nkwobi every day. Beer doesn't really affect your cholesterol, but I still can't drink it every day. So I have reduced my beer drinking to 3 days a week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I don't drink during the week at all. Once in a while, maybe I go out, I have a cocktail or something, but even that I try to avoid. They say PT is in the house. Oluwatobi lover. I hail you. So, since I know my wife will not be comfortable. Where are you? I'm in the beer parlor. Where are you? Then tomorrow she will say she wants to go and eat. She wants to go to the beer parlor too. It will turn something. So what I just did is I brought the beer parlor home.
Do you think bringing beer parlor home? Do you think it will be more interesting, like you doing it outside? You know, sometimes you just meet at beer parlor with some strangers and you open a very good conversation, and everybody will talk out loud like you know each other before.
That's the beauty of beer parlor. But you see, after a while, you will realize that you can get that same effect from Netflix. Put Netflix. Put your wife beside you.
All these games on social media.
Do you understand? My wife doesn't like beer. Once I start drinking it, she will bring her cup. Just give me a listen. I mean, you come tell and say, no, this beer, I don't gauge harm. I know if you give you out of harm. And guess what? I don't put beer in the fridge. If I put 6 in the fridge, I go drink the 6 as one. They finish, they go bring the next one. And I'm getting older. I'm going to be 50 in 3 years, literally. So I cannot be drinking beer the way I was drinking it when I was 25. I will not drink and get drunk. I will not say I've not gotten drunk before. That's how I went to see one of my guys in the UK. One of these last trips I went to the UK. They were just giving me one cocktail that they called the cocktail bomb, by some crazy name. I just sit down, they drink the cocktail, but I drink like 6. I don't know. I think it's not just normal cocktail. First of all, when we're going home, they brought a McLaren to take me home. I sat inside the McLaren. I wanted to do live video, say, guys, see McLaren. Oh boy, as I entered the McLaren, I sit down, like I sleep till we reach house. Now, that's when I knew that there was a problem. We can't reach the house. I can't climb upstairs. I just noticed everywhere they spin. Then I entered my bedroom and I don't know what happened. I think I sneezed or something. Then the room was spinning like this in half circles. Whoom. It was, as in, you know, when the room is spinning like this, the room will spin like halfway, like my brain had a bad sector. Like, like city they skip. I'm not joking, no. I said I was going, so I just sat down where I was. I just put my hand inside my throat. I just started vomiting by myself. When I finished, I washed my face. I did a live that day. Anybody who watched that live knew that I was not normal. I was just misyanning.
I remember.
I was just misyanning. When I don't know anything. Now when I reach house, that guy will serve me those cocktails. Till today, I know if he give me water, I no go collect them. His name na Daniel. If he give me water, I no go drink them. He just kept giving me, and those cocktails were not cheap. He was like, you want another one? And the thing was sweet. I was like, yeah, give me another one. Yeah, give it. By the time I was done. So where am I going with this? Sometimes you make your house fun.
Your comfort.
You make your house your comfort zone. Hey, we don't lose Samaria. You make your house your comfort zone. Drink that beer at home. I don't get drunk. No, that's what I was trying to say. I can have 6 beers in the fridge and I'll be drinking them one by one. Worst case scenario, I'll sleep and wake up with a headache the next morning. But that I will misbehave or fight, no. So I just make sure that if you come to my room, you see like 20 bottles of beer on the floor. Friday afternoon, I will put 2 in the fridge. 1 big one and 1 small one. Because if you leave me, I will drink 3. 1.5. That's my gauge. So I don't like it when my wife drinks out of it because my belly no go come gauge. So it will be like, see, the tank no full complete. You understand? We sit down, we share suya, we share all these things. You make your house fun. You make.
I think age will allow you to do that because sometimes the youthful, in us doesn't allow us to take that bold step. And depends on the woman you are with.
That is why I tell people you have no business getting married if you are not in your 30s. Even in your 30s, you never mature or reach. You have no business getting married if you are not in your 30s. Yes.
That is free. You want to do that thing. You want to bring that comfort home. But the way the woman has handled things with you in the past, you will couple decide to stay outside. But when the woman is mature, it gives you time to make that proper decision at your own comfort. You will see that you will do it.
Now let me warn you about what you are saying. My brother, let me warn you about what you are saying. If you wait for the right time to make the right decision, you would have hurt that woman in such a way that by the time you are making the right decision, it might be too late. She might have switched off. Every night you are in the beer parlor, she's alone at home. Every night you're with your friends, she's at home taking care of the baby. By the time those children reach like 6 years old, where she feel leave them, she go leave you, go out. It go vex you, but nothing what you feel do because you don't do your own past. So my advice to people is marry when you are mature and dish out to your wife what you can take. No give her ogbono if you know they chop am. No give her okra if you know they chop am.
Thank you.
We have a lady that just joined us. Let us hear from her.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello, my sister.
I just wanted. Hi, Danny Prince. I just want to tell you a story about a friend. This is a couple of years back. They were older, mature family, so their kids were all grown. So they're, American, 18 years, when 21, 22, when they graduate, most of them leave, they go start their lives and all that. So the kids are already grown and they left. So the dad was like, oh, the house is lonely, that they need to go and adopt a child. So the woman, the wife agreed, because the house was really, really dry, there wasn't anything going on. So they wanted to go and adopt a child. So meanwhile, the child that they wanted to go and adopt was the man's wife. The man had a wife in Nigeria, or a girlfriend, wherever. So the child they wanted to go and adopt, the original wife did not know. That's the one in America. They don't know that the child they want to adopt is the girlfriend or side chick child.
In the past.
Wow. And he knew.
He knew. He wanted to bring the child to America. So he became deceptive about it and told the wife, told the original wife that they should adopt the child. So he was the one doing the adoption and adopted that girl, and she came to America. That girl was with them for 10 years before the original wife knew that child was the husband's girlfriend's child. It was so heartbroken. This woman was working so hard, taking care of this child because they didn't have anything. She was working hard, taking care of this child, school, everything. So the child grew up and started, being defiant, kind of, you know how kids, American children, at the point they think they are grown, and she's a girl. So she started being defiant. So she started acting some kind of way. The woman was like, what's going on? I've been all nice to you and all that. So the mom, so I don't know, out of anger, the girl said, after you're not my mother, So all those things started bringing words. So she finally found out that the mother of the child is the wife, the husband's girlfriend.
More people get mind though. See as person wicked.
Wickedness.
You carry your side chick. Come.
So heartbroken.
Come give your wife to raise your side chick picking.
Yes, and the side chick knew Because the plan was if the girl gets to like 18, she'll be able to file for her mom, so her mom can come. It was just all planned.
It was
out.
a plan thing.
Right. And the poor woman didn't even know what was going on. It's so
So the
crazy.
current woman didn't have a child, or she doesn't have a
She did.
child.
Her kids are all grown. You know, like when the house is like empty, they just wanted somebody to bring
Why
the
didn't
house.
you just tell her? What was the big deal in telling her?
No, the woman for
I
no
don't
gree.
know. The woman for no agree now. He wouldn't have agreed, but you know. So it was so devastating. She had to, you know, the marriage just ended just like that. The marriage that they've had and it's so beautiful and everything. The whole thing just ended. She just
Who told you the marriage was beautiful? The marriage was never beautiful. The man gets side chick and right. More they tell ourselves true. The marriage looked beautiful.
It looked beautiful.
It was so devastating. I was like, what?
You see, men, we need
Men
to
are
Chichi,
yeah.
you see, men, we have to be very, very careful with the decisions we make at times. There's this our brother, he was working with American Embassy. So he had a child in the past. That child is about 16 years old. So after he started working for like 2 years, he decided to bring that girl to America along with himself. So when they got to America, he left that little girl in America and he came back to Nigeria. So they questioned him at work that where is the girl you went with? He said, the girl you see, they fired him at the end of the day. Now, the visa, the wife visa, the other children was taken from him. This is what I'm trying to drive at. The ex-wife or girlfriend that is in Nigeria too, he now tells that woman, before the fire, he said, can you tell your daughter to come to Nigeria because I'm trying to call her. She's not picking my call. I wanted her to join another flight and come back so that I can save my job. Do you know what that woman told him? He said, and you want my child to come back from America to Nigeria. If you see the insult that ex was giving that guy, he scattered the whole marriage.
Why would you be married? You still be in communication with your ex.
No, because of his daughter.
Because of children.
Wow. You know, sometimes because of the children.
They revoke his visa and other children's visa and the legal wife visa. They revoke it. Just because of one stupid decision that you are making with your ex. So, this ex issue, men generally, we need to be careful because it's a different ball game. You and that ex can never have no mind again. And now, you put aside for the gary of the other woman in the house and other people. So, this could be one of the reasons why this woman Chichi is talking about decided to adopt that girl. So that the woman he married in America would totally disagree with him. But that is not
That wasn't a man. That was
not a good one. You
But
have to be man enough.
You know, if you're my husband and you tell
and
me
explain to your wife in America that I'm bringing my daughter to America.
yeah,
but the woman won't agree now.
I will
The woman
agree.
will not agree.
I will agree.
So that
Every woman should be
you
able
had
to
a child. You had a child in the marriage. Is that what
That's
you're saying?
Okay, he had the child while they were married.
You see, you guys need to beware of the ex. More than anything in this life, beware of the ex. Beware of the ex.
Yes.
If my husband impregnates, if he has a child out of wedlock, I know I'm going to be mad, upset about it. But at the end of the day,
There is a lot of things. Sorry to cut you.
you have to let them bring the child.
There is a lot of things that man is not telling his present wife. There is a lot. For him to make that step, he's still hiding more things.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, he's hiding more things.
You know,
You, on his own, he can fight for that girl. He can take that girl to her family friends or somewhere else. It's not
So they adopted her. They adopted her. It was an adopted child. They was adopted, not that they filed for her. They adopted her like their own child. So it was very deceptive. That was really, really, very, very deceptive.
So Chichi, what is your own take about friends and relationship? Your friends and your husband.
Guys, I'm so sorry.
Your husband.
I'm not a friend. I'm not a friend type of person. And I try to keep my circle small. But I think with this friend thing, it has to do with age. As you grow older, you understand that your circle being small is the best thing that can happen to anybody. But when you're younger, like when I was younger in college, what do you think about a friend? So that's why age is very, very important in marriage. That from a certain age, you don't even want to, marriage is not an option. Enjoy yourself, do all those things you think you should do. So when you get married, it won't be exciting to you anymore. Because when you don't do it when you're younger, trust me, you still want to go try it out. And then you don't want to try it out when you are married, and then you want to, because number one, in marriage, you have to, it's two people coming together from two different backgrounds, trying to make it work. So that one is a work on its own already, it's a job. So adding friends to it, I don't think it's a good idea. You can have one or two friends that you have same like mind, but putting, like having chains of friends in marriage, I don't.
Friends are dangerous. Even old people will warn you about friends.
So you won't understand it
until your marriage is ruined. You will not understand it.
Thank you. Right.
Until your marriage is ruined, friends are very dangerous. Now the American Western way. That is why I was watching a video the other day about North Korean leader saying him go buy anybody where they catch, they watch Western media. And I remember that's how Boko Haram started. Boko Haram is no to Western education. That's what it literally means. And in as much as I like to judge these people for being silly, I understand how toxic Western media is. It is very toxic. Western media will tell you you should have your friends. Western media wants to propagate a kind of mental freedom for you. But that freedom will jeopardize. You see, look, the people that are advising you, look at their divorce rate. It's like America. They go tell you, say, we they suffer for Nigeria. How many times you don't see Nigerian man wake up one day, carry gun, enter inside school, begin they shoot? They are not well. But now them go sit down for where they did not well. They tell you, say you know they well. Western world, now trial and error. They are better than us in some things, but they are worse than us in other things. So you get the way you go take care of, you go react to your wife for Western world. They go tell you say you dey toxic. They go tell you say you dey narcissist. They go tell you say you dey possessive. Listen, normal African man no they tolerate some things from a woman. Just the way normal African woman too know they tolerate some things from her man. But because we dey abroad, we need to be liberated. Oh, freedom of speech, freedom of this, freedom of that. It creates a very toxic society. So, those are my thoughts. Lovely hanging out with you guys. You guys did not buy stars. The only people that bought stars, I think only 2 people bought stars. Let me just hail them. Nkechi Brown, thank you so much. It's Neo, Gloria, and Bimbola Aluko. All right. If you want to buy stars, go to Facebook, search for Daddy Freeze, DADDYFREEZE. Scroll down to today's video, click on the video, and get some stars. Thank you so very much. So over to you guys.
Okay, so Sabari, I wanted to say something about that your call. You see, during the winter time, that's when you test the strength of your battery, right? So that's your remote. There's a battery inside. Take it to AutoZone.
Yeah, I know the battery has a problem right now.
Yeah, let them take that battery now, because it will get to a time is doing malfunctioning now. Later it not function again. So that was what I wanted to come and say to you before.
Thank you.
But I really enjoy hanging out with Daddy Freeze this morning.
Thank you so much. I love hanging out with you too.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Chichi Obama. Thank you so much. Thank you, Samaria, and thank you, House of Love Doctor. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining my live. Take good care of yourselves. Hopefully network will be better the next time we come live, but we always have something to learn nonetheless. Take care. God bless.
God bless you, sir.